Well, hello, kids. How's everybody doing? We finally have the big melt happening up where I live, and I am so looking forward to summer. Bring it on! Well, I'm going to talk about the band Triumph. It's on their 50th anniversary tour. Yes, many of us never thought that would happen. And being that I am a huge fan of Triumph from my younger days, when I just began my journey into music myself. And I'm coming up on my 49th year of doing it. Triumph was one of those bands that influenced me. Came along at the time when I just got a new drum set, learning how to play back in 1977, and they released the Just a Game album, I think in '79. So I've been playing for about a year and a half at that point, and I practiced that album and tried to learn it, and basically wore out the album. Hold On is still one of my favorite Triumph songs, and yeah, so I was obviously disappointed when they broke up, and I saw them many times live, many times. Okay, through the good and the bad. And still remained a fan. Now, the 50th thing, I was shocked to see it, and while excited, being an older musician myself, and I know how time affects, just like athletes, affects a person, let alone a full band. But when I saw the interviews with the band, they were straightforward about what they were going to do. When they first announced the tour, I didn't want to see the way the rumors were going. That's why I don't believe rumors. Was that there would be one lineup of the band, and Gilmore and Mike and Rick were only going to be in this part-time. That's how rumors go. Whether it was like that or not, I personally, that wouldn't surprise me, because of the way right now we have so many touring bands with no original members. And that's a slippery slope right there, but that's a video for another day. But when they got to doing videos of what they were going to do and talking about it, then I realized, I got it. Because some of these songs required two guitar players. Mike was having health issues, so his participation was going to be sporadic. So everything was clear to me when they started touring. How they would sound was everybody's guess, but logic would tell you that I think their last show, like high profile performance show, was the Swedish Rock Fest, and I thought they played really good on that as well. Although I thought their music was out of place with that show, I thought they played really good. So what did I expect from this? I basically expected a band that was going to come out of the gate and have to work at getting up to performance. You have to think. You do that one or two shows back in like 2008, and I think they did a benefit show in 2019. You have to think it's it's going to take time to get the wheels going, you know. And I expected exactly what I saw in the first show. Now, I saw both shows. I watched them on the internet, beginning to end. Somebody was really nice enough to post the full shows. Thumbs up to them. I appreciate it. So I got to see the first and second full shows, and you could see improvements from the first show to the second. Now, where I live is show number 3. They're coming up my way, and they always did great in my community when they toured here, always. And to have us be the third on the list is fantastic. So I can see a progression from the first show to the second. I can see the band where the backup musicians, or I should say sidemen in this, their experience is right up to date. They're playing with other bands. They're on tours. They are the guys that get called to do these fill-in shows. Whereas Rick and Gil, and Mike, and you know, it's going to take some time, and you know, I don't think Gil has played drums. It sounded like that he was rehearsing with someone to help him. And you know, if you left that life to do another thing in life, which he was running metalwork, and drumming is not your main focus, and you're not playing on stage, it takes a while to get that back, and you may never get it fully back. But drums are physical. I know. I'm a drummer because of bands like Triumph. But I also play guitar and stuff. But I know that time takes some stuff away from you. That being said, though, I thought they did good for the first show. There were lots of gremlins. Not all related to the band or their performance. There were issues with sound. I heard technical glitches with guitars cutting in and out, any number of little things like that. All expected. If you're a musician that's ever just played in the basement and then got on stage the first time, it's a crapshoot that you play 100% perfect. I never expected that. Anybody who expected that, I think, was kind of dreaming a little bit. I expected to see glitches. The technology, the stages have all changed dramatically since Triumph toured full time. We have in-ear monitors, which they never had back then. Is that a help or not? It's debatable. But sound systems have changed. Everything has changed. Lighting has changed. You have to play to click tracks now with projection screens in behind. I can imagine a drummer that used to tour back in those days without a click track, all of a sudden having to play to a click track for a new 50th anniversary tour. That is a science in itself, and some people don't adapt to it. So I looked at all these factors. I knew this was going to basically the way it was going to go. Most musicians that play every day would know that and understand that. So I saw improvements, great improvements from the first show to the second. And Rick even said on stage that he was shitting his pants, because you go from one way of life for the last 30 years, because his solo shows were on a different scale. So he goes from that back into this big beast. So I see improvements. Rick's voice got better and stronger. Gil's did too. Everybody's starting to feel comfortable. By the time this show, gets maybe another 4 or 5 under its belt, I think even when they play my hometown, which is not far from where they live, there's going to be a comfort zone that clicks back in, and you're just going to see the show continue to improve. So I have patience in that. I am glad it was the original guys. Mike is supposed to do some of the shows, but understand with his health issue thing. And he will have to go through that learning curve as well when he comes out to play, if he does come out and play. But they hid nothing. They told everyone what was going to happen. And if you were a dummy and didn't watch any of that stuff or pay attention, then you were probably disappointed because they didn't sound like the kids they were back on Thunder 7, on the Thunder 7 tour. Yeah, well, they're in the 70s now. You're not going to see them jumping off the speakers and landing on the stage. You didn't see that with Van Halen once he had hip surgery and hip replacement surgery. Things changed. So it was nice to hear the tunes again. And I actually enjoyed how they worked them out to transpose them, because yes, vocal ranges change. Not with all singers, but most singers, the ranges get shorter, smaller, lower. And I found it interesting how they redid the songs to make them work. And I don't have a problem with that. I know that from being a musician myself. If you are a cover band and you're learning songs and you couldn't sing like Rick Emmett back in the day, well, then you transpose the songs or retune the guitars down so that you could do those songs, even though at a lower pitch. They're basically just doing the same thing. They're making it sound good and presentable, just in a lower register. No problem with that. That's nothing new, and that will never change in the history of music. It will always be. If you can't do it anymore in a certain key, you change the keys. And if people think that's never happened before, they're full of fucking shit. It just happens all the time. Most people don't even know it happens when they're not a musician. They still sing along to the songs, and these crowds have been great. And then I hear this thing, well, they're doing it for the money. That's a money grab. Well, the first show, from what I understand, was a charity gig, and the money went to charity. So I guess, in that case, what do you say? So the band's first show out, they gave it away to charity. Now that's pretty cool. Is that not cool? That's kudos for me. That's great. So, so I expect the band to get better, but I'm happy with definitely the second performance. I enjoyed the first one. I know the tweaks. I saw the technical glitches. You can rehearse all you want, and you will still have gremlins. The problem is we live in this perfect world of let's manipulate the audio and visuals to make everything sound perfect. Even when I see people posting their playing videos, it's like, oh, everything's just done so perfect. They quantize the time and make it sound like, oh my God, I just don't make mistakes. I'm so effing perfect. We are not perfect. So, so I'm looking forward to it. They're up in our area on the 22nd, like a week and a few days away. And not even. Yeah, a week and maybe 2 days. forget what the date is. So everybody, like, calm down. Give these guys some time. It's gradually getting better. Yes, Rick can still play guitar. He's got Phil X on guitar. He can play guitar. They're all good musicians. And a lot of these songs did have two guitar players on the recordings, two guitar tracks, sorry. So to hear them live the way they were on the album with the two guitar parts, I like that. I have no problem with that. And for the bozos out there that think these people are nobodies, well, Phil X was in Triumph. Do your homework. If Triumph is your favorite band, stop beating them with a stick. Do your homework. Find out that, yes, there were other players in Triumph on tours. There was. Rick Saunders being another one. So Phil X was in the band. He was a Triumph member. He replaced Rick Emmett. Do your homework. If you call yourself a fan, do your homework. Some of these people, I don't know, they must have seen, Triumph once and just bought one album. But to us fans, loyal fans, we gave our lives to music because of them and others, we understand. So my only critique was when I first heard it, and they were going to, the rumors were that the original band members weren't going to make any appearances on a certain show. That I would not go for. But once I saw the videos of them talking and their posts on their social media pages, they made it perfectly clear. So when I saw the two shows, got it. Keep going. Have fun with it. I mean, Rick Emmett's a cancer survivor too. So give the guys a break, please. Some of the comments, you people are ruthless. Ruthless. You call yourselves fans, and this is what you throw at them. And even on the band pages, like, holy smokes. This is the thing I think the guys in Triumph are learning of the social media beast. They can be relentless. So that's why I have that flashing sign back there. Read it. Music critics will be eaten. Yes, we critique. Some people just go overboard. So I am going to the Triumph show. And if they were to come by here again, I would go see them again. My expectations are to see a great old band having fun, playing songs that made my high school years all that much better and helped influence me to start my own music career. So to Triumph, thank you very much. To the critics, fuck you. And for those that want to see Triumph and just have a good time, we'll see you at the show. Shows, we'll say. And give the guys a break. So I'm looking forward to it. Peace.